The topic that I've chosen to speak on, I was not given a topic, so I had the freedom to choose. And the topic I've chosen is Life a Gift. And why did I take that topic? This is something very central to me. As a doctor working with neurosciences, we see some of the most serious of neurological patients. People with head injuries, severe head injuries, sometimes with cancerous brain tumors, or people with strokes. All these categories, whether it is a head injury or a brain tumor or a sudden brain hemorrhage, can occur at all ages. So you see even young people, far younger than many of us, whose brains are devastated by a damage because of an injury or a tumor or a clot. And then we struggle with to see how we can get him back. First is survival. We have the anxiety whether he's going to make it. And if he's going to make it, is he going to recover fully? If he's not going to recover fully, is he going to live with disabilities? Because nobody wants to live a disabled life. Everybody wants to be 100% okay. So the three teachers that are being are disease, disability, and death. And when you work in the shadow of death, life will contrast so much. Then you realize what it is to be well, what it is to be able to speak, what it is to be able to listen, to be able to laugh, to talk, to eat, to move normally. Lata brought me down, almost 2 floors of steps, and to be able to effortlessly climb. This is what we say. And when you see your patients, we realize what a gift this is. And the next issue is, what I see my patients, whatever happens to them can happen to me at any time, like a stroke or a tumor. It has come sometimes bold from the blue, which means this time is the most precious, and while you are well, can you make the most of your life. So when you're talking about life, a gift, this is what is the context. What is a gift? A gift is something that has been given to you free, and a gift is something that you value. And perhaps one of the greatest gifts we have is the gift of life in this moment. Now, in this context of making life, let me use certain examples, certain stories, and I will take you to one of the places in India where most number of tourists come to. Which place would you think is a place where a lot of tourists visit? There is one monument which is visited by a large number of people. Of course, it is Taj Mahal. Very close to Taj Mahal, there is a place called Fatehpur Sikri. It was a tiny village called Sikri, where there was a great saint called, you know the name of the saint? Salim Chishti. And Akbar took a great fancy for the saint Salim, and he would go to him for counseling, and then he regarded him so much, he moved his capital from Agra to Fatehpur Sikri. So those who go to Agra will necessarily have to travel another 40 kilometers to see the capital of Akbar when he moved, because there is a very huge Agra fort. Only half of which you get to see, the other half is a military cantonment. But then there are many other monuments which Akbar has built. And if you can Google on your telephone the world's biggest gate, which is and Akbar built one massive structure, a great monument there. And if you know the name of the monument, it is called Bulund Darwaza. And when he made this huge monumental structure, he looked at it and he said, I want a nice saying to be put up on that. And he had a lot of Sufi saints with him. And these Sufi saints gave him a quotation from Jesus. And this is the words of Jesus, which is not there in the Bible, which has been put up there. And my question is, would you know what is that saying that Akbar thought very relevant to put up on that Bulund Darwaza on the theme of making the most of our life? And this is a quotation from Jesus. And it is said, Isa, I think this is in Arabic, and that's how Isa, son of Maria, said this: our life is a bridge, don't make your house on it. Reflect on these words. Our life is a bridge, don't make your house on it. We can derive a number of corollaries from it. And the life is a bridge. Life is a journey. A life is a movement from one position to another position. And when you are in transition, we are all the time, suppose you're not able to park. When you are on a highway, you are constantly on the move. So one of the things that for me is that life is a journey. And in a life, in a journey, there are a few things that are very important. There was a person who was traveling on a country street, and suddenly he lost the sense of direction. He got completely lost, and he found himself going around in circles, and he said, "This is not going to help." He stopped somewhere and asked the person around him. He says, "Can you help me? Because I'm lost." So the man says, "Do you know where you are?" He says, "I know where I am." "Do you know where you want to go?" Yes, "I know where I want to go." He said, "You're not lost. All you need is directions. All we need in life is directions. And where do we get this direction? And this direction is, today we have the GPS, but in life we need another sense of direction. And who is this, or who is that who can give you a sense of direction in our life? There is a very popular prayer all of us make. And in the course of recitation of this prayer, I will ask you this question. And I tell you the first word itself, you will remember. The word goes, Tvameva Matacha Pita Tvameva. Tvameva. Eva means alone. You alone are like my mother and father. When you say somebody is like my mother and father, clearly it is not my mother and father, someone other than my mother and father. So the word goes, Tvameva Matacha Pita Tvameva. Tvameva Bandhu. Bandhu is my close relatives. You can take it as, the close relatives are those whom you are bound with. Bandha means bound. Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva. You are like my friend, but not my friend. Because you are like me. Tvameva Vidya. You are my knowledge. And Dravinam. Do you know the meaning of the word Dravinam? My wealth. And finally the poem or the prayer concludes, Tvameva Sarvam Madeva Deva. You are my everything. Who in your concept could fit this bracket of all these things?
Guru.
God is abstract, God is not accessible to us. See, we are looking in the sense of directions in life to be able to make the most of our life. Even when you go to Fatehpur Sikri, you will look for a guide to tell you, can I make, I have this much time, can I see the most of this place? And the guide will say, yeah, I've been here, an expert in this place, I will give you. And when you go with the guide, you will be able to see, you will see so much in what you would not have otherwise seen. And this guide is the GPS. So that we need that GPS or the Guru placement system in our life. And if you have a guide, and a guide is able to take you to wherever you need to take you. And a guide does not rely on himself or herself. The guide relies on certain guided text, which we call the scriptural text. And I will, in the help of journey, to be able to reach where you want to reach, to be able to make the most of my life, I will take a certain reference which has touched me a lot from one of the great texts, which is called the Upanishads, and there is one Upanishad called the Kathopanishad. In the Kathopanishad, there is a teacher who is none other than, who is the teacher in Kathopanishad? It is the Indian god of death. Who is the Indian god of death? Yama. Yama is seen as the teacher in Kathopanishad. And who is the student? The student is supposed to be the best student ever. And the student is called Nachiketa. In the dialogue between Nachiketa and Yamadharmaraja, 3 points emerge, and these 3 points will help you to get a sense of direction. When you want to make some goal setting, and this is what I want to accomplish in my life. So you say, this is what I want to achieve. And the 3 things are called the 3 rinas, or the 3 debts that to be fulfilled. And it comes out in that discussion between Yamadharmaraja and the boy Nachiketa that we have 3 rinas. It's called Pitra Rina, Loka Rina, and Acharya Rina. Pitra Rina is the debt to my parents. No one has done more for me than my parents. And the question is it possible to be able to repay to my parents what they have done? Yes or no?
No.
And yet the teacher will say, I will tell you wait. Because you always feel I have been able to do for my children, for others, but that deficit with what my parents would always be there. But in the discussion he says, if you live your life in such a way that others are able to say how lucky your parents are to have a son or a daughter like you fulfill Pitra. So let my life be that I be a worthy child of my parents, which means a worthy child of my alma mater, a worthy child of my country. Second is called Loka Rina. Lokarina is where I shift from being a consumer to being a contributor. In each day of my life, can I see how I have been able to give more than I have received? I fulfill Rina number 2. Then comes the third and the most difficult, and that is the context of my talk, in which I'm going to say, what is this called Acharya Rina? The Acharya Rina is when each one of us, before we leave this world, are able to say, I have bloomed, I have grown, I have reached my fullest potential. And how do you say you have reached your fullest potential? There is some good news, there is some bad news. I will conclude with what is this good news and what is the bad news about that. The good news is we are already that. We are already that. There is nothing else that needs to be done. Greatness and goodness and that glory is already there. But if it is there, why am I not able to manifest that goodness and the glorious or the greatness in me? The teacher says it is there, but it is hidden. I will tell you a story. The story is again of a temple, a Buddhist temple, an ancient Buddhist temple where there was a huge statue of Buddha. Because the temple had to be renovated, the statue was being moved, and in the course of moving, something goes wrong. The statue falls down and breaks, and to their amazement, they discover it is not an ordinary clay statue of Buddha, but a golden statue of Buddha. The story goes back when the Buddhist monks made a golden statue. Their concern was how to protect so much gold. And because they did not have the means to protect it, somebody says, let it covered by clay for the time being. It was such a closely guarded secret when they died and their followers died, they had forgotten that in this temple, they had a golden statue of Buddha. Teachers use this to say that in each one of us, there is a golden Buddha waiting to be manifest. Our body, mind are only clothings or the clay that encompasses. And somebody has very nicely said what lies before us and what lies behind us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. A nice illustration comes from a discussion when someone asked Michelangelo, was working on a block of marble, and they asked him, what are you doing? He said, Jesus Christ is there within this block. I only have to chip off that which is unnecessary. This is the role of the teacher. The teacher knows that you are pure gold. You are already that. And the teacher needs to work on what is really unnecessary. There was a great Catholic mystic. His name is Thimmappa. He was a scientist, and he is famous for this quotation that we are not human beings with an occasional spiritual experience, but the other way around. We are spiritual beings who have forgotten who we are, and we think we are ordinary human beings. And we need to take that myth that we are ordinary. Now again, what is that which makes us ordinary? Part of our whole culture, our whole training, our whole sense of accomplishment is based on one word which I will need to work on, and that is called the ego. What is this ego? The ego is a sense of I, because of me, everything has happened. And the word ego has nicely been elaborated as edging God out. Let me give you a few examples which will help you to work on this ego. This is the story of Muhammad the Prophet. The greatness of Muhammad was his ordinariness, was his simplicity. And one day the angel Gabriel comes to Muhammad and says, recite. He said, what can I recite? I'm not a man of letters to recite. Something very strange happened. Great poetry was coming out of Muhammad. He goes home and tells his wife, either I've become mad or I've become a poet. Because the entire Quran, which is beautiful poetry, was revealed to a person without great literary skills. Which means the more ordinary you become, the more of a nobody you become, extraordinary things can happen through you. The problem is our sense of ego is the block, and therefore we need to work on this ego. There is a nice discussion between one of Krishna's wives. Krishna had many wives. If you can give me one name of Krishna's wife. Rukmini, Krishna's wife, had a major problem which a modern day wife has with her husband. And you know what is the most common problem a modern day wife has with her husband? If you can tell me, will you answer? The most common complaint a modern day wife has with her husband is?
No time.
No time. You're not spending enough time with me. No time. You're spending more time with? I'm not giving you ideas. You're spending more time with your flute. That was the problem Rukmini had with her husband. Today the flute is your mobile and your laptop. And the direct question that she had for her husband is, what is there in that fruit of yours which I do not have? And Krishna replies, the fruit is so empty. When you become empty of the sense of who you are, you become a channel for him to express through you. And that is what the great saint Francis of Assisi, in a beautiful poem, he says, make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, where there is sadness, joy. Where there is death, imagine, can we do that? We can. The more we become ordinary, the more, there is a nice book called by Dame Dyer called The Power of Intention, where he says how each of us can become that channel, that a connector. Essentially, we need to be able to download forces to be able to deliver to wherever this place that we are. And all this is to be able to work on this problem of the ego. And the more we work on the ego, we are able to manifest greatness and whatever we would like to achieve. Now, if you have to break down this ego, we need to break down into few things that we can work into our everyday life. I remember into the world of investments, one of the big leaders is Warren Buffett. And there are many famous quotations by him. But today it is a common fact that one of the best investments that you can do is SIP. And what is SIP? A systematic investment plan where you are not looking really at what is the market today, but you make a certain amount of investment every day or every month or periodically, irrespective. And the best sort of dividends are given on an SIP. Now, if you have to work on accomplishing the best in the world, and if you go to a teacher and the teacher will give you an SIP. An SIP is something that you need to do every day. And in an Indian tradition, what we do every day is a spiritual exercise which is called a sadhana. A sadhana is a spiritual exercise which helps the sadhaka, the seeker, to reach his goal, the sadhyam, and become a siddha, become an accomplished person. Now you have a goal and you need to have a vision of having to reach your goal. And in goal setting and to be able to reach that goal, there is a certain formula which I'd like to tell you, and that formula is called the PPP-MFT formula. Whatever is your goal, this is what I want to make the most of my life. The goal should be, first P is personal, that is my goal. This is what I would like to achieve. And if you are driven by the company to achieve their goals, it is different than working for my goals, personal. Second is, it should be a positive goal. You will see all these psychological methodologies will work for negative things also. If I can give you a bad example, it's a bad example where a person gives up his life as a suicide bomber. He's motivated to give his whole life for a cause, but you have programmed for a destructive purpose. So, second P is positive. The third is possible. It is humanly possible. So work on 3 P's. Fourth is PPP. M is measurable. Let it not be too abstract. Let me know exactly what, so that I know by day on day, am I getting to where I would like to give. Any goal, even in football, is time bound. The next P is time. It should be within the time frame. So we need a time frame. And I brought an F in between. Now, a river wants to reach the ocean. And if you want to have a big goal, there will be obstacles that come. When you have obstacles, you need to have the intelligence to meander through all these obstacles and still reach the goal. So what does F stand for? Flexible. To be able to be flexible. So can my goals be possible, personal, possible, positive, measurable, flexible, and time bound? And then you have a clear vision, and the teacher will give you what is called a day-to-day exercise. And as I conclude my talk, I will conclude with what are these day-to-day exercises? These day-to-day exercises, I will put it as the 4 L's. The first L is, am I living my life 100% moment to moment? I can be here 100% only if I am here in body and mind. And that is called if I am here in real time. I can be here, but my mind can be somewhere here. And that is where I am in psychological time. I'm not in real time. Time and again, we drift off into the past and present, and we see that you may be enjoying, you may be having a good food, but you don't enjoy it because your mind is somewhere else. So ask yourself at every moment, am I living life moment? The first L is to be able to live life 100%. The second L is, what is that new that I have learned today? Can life be a process of growing through learning? The third L is, if my life can be fulfilled in the domain of giving love and to be receiving love. There was a hoarding outside Bangalore airport. When the property prices were at a boom, and the hoarding said, "You have landed, have you arrived?" What is your definition of having arrived? Really, arrived is when you have not just success, you need a certain amount of success, but more important, a sense of fulfillment. And in here you will see Purnatvam. I'm complete multi-dimensional. And Purnatvam, the proof of Purnatvam that I'm okay is if my life has been full in the third L, that I've been able to receive love and to be able to give love. I've been able to share my love, I've been able to receive love. And the fourth and the most important thing is, what is my legacy? What is my contribution? What is that I'll be able to give day on and day on? Am I living my life 100%? Is life a process of growing through learning? Have I been able to give love and receive love? And finally, if I'm able to, I'm just watching my time, how much time I have, let me see. Still in 22 minutes, I've got about 8 minutes to go. And in these 8 minutes, I don't want to use the full 8 minutes, but I will tell you a story. And this story is a very significant story for me. It was told to me when I was in school, and you will know, this is Father Ronnie Prabhu who told me this story. He was a Catholic priest who had come to school as a counselor. And in those far off days, we had no concept of these counselors in school. And here was a man in a dress of a Catholic priest. He would come to the parlor or hall, and I was tall enough to peep to see what he was doing. Nobody would visit him. He would sit and read the newspaper. Day on, he would come day on, day 2, day 3. Not a person visiting him. And I took the curiosity to be able to meet him. To meet him, you should have some reason. I had no reason. I had really no issue. I created one hypothetical problem. And I went to him. I have to ask something. And the question I asked was, why does a good God allow so much evil in this world? I was still in school, and that was a reason I got to ask him. And he looked at me like that. He was wondering whether I had some real issues or something. Anyway, we got into a certain dialogue, and parting was a story that he gave to me, and that story is the gift of my life. And I'm going to share that story with you. That story is something that you need to take in, to digest, and allow it to be. And at some time, it is going to bloom. It will be a tree. It will give you its dividends. But for the time being, you will not be able to see the full glory of the story because it is a story. It is in a seed form. The seed needs to be nurtured in the resources of your heart, and slowly and slowly and slowly, one day the seed will bloom into a big tree, and that tree will be. The story was a man constantly bugging God. He wanted to be rich. His dream was to be rich. And in his dream, God appears to him and says, go to the edge of the forest. Around sunset, you will see a saintly person with a long beard, with a japamala, with a kamandala. He will give you something that should make you the richest man in the world. It was a dream. He was not sure if it is true, but why not experiment? So he decided to go to the edge of the forest, patiently waited, and as predicted, at sunset comes from the edge of the forest comes the saintly looking person with the beard, with the japamala, with the kamandala, and he goes to him and says, you're supposed to give me something that will make me very rich. The man says, see, I'm a monk, I'm a poor man, I had nothing. No, there is something that you have, which if you give it to me, I will become very rich. The man swore by what he said. He was carrying a bag with some clothes. He says, can I check your bag? said, sure. And he opened his bag, his eyes popped out because he saw the biggest diamond in the world. And he asked him, what is this? He said, oh, this. As I was walking, I saw something glistening, I picked it up. He says, can I take it? He says, of course you can take it. The man's dreams had become true because this diamond value was the value of more than the world's richest person. He had become so rich. But that night he could not sleep. Something bothered him very much. I will leave it to your thoughts to think what could be bothering him so much. It bothered him so much that he could not sleep. He was desperate to wait, getting an answer. And the only way he could get an answer is to meet that man again. And he goes back to him faithfully, hoping that he will come again at sunset the next day. And sure enough, he comes again at sunset the next day. He goes to him and said, yesterday you gave me something which made me the richest man in the world. My question is this, you don't even know who I am. And what amazed me was the way you shared or way you gave away the world's greatest riches just like that. I've been thinking about it all night. One thing is certain, somebody can give away something of such great value only if he has something of far greater value, such greater wealth, that makes this so insignificant. And the man said, what is that which makes you so rich? I want that. And you know what is the answer he gets? You are that. Reflect, think. Thank you very much.